Happy Thursday, everyone, and thanks for joining us on Northern Life. Now, your eyes aren't deceiving you because I'm Sydney Whitty.
And I'm Madison Green, and you usually catch us on the morning show and alternating for the noon newscast, but we're adding another hat to the rack and hosting Northern Life for the next few days.
Yeah, we sure are. We get to hang out with all the wonder people at home while Hunter is still making his way back to the Northland from South Dakota. And Ryan is up in the Boundary Waters now, so the boys called us, of course, to help. Who else would you call? So you got to get used to us for the next few days at least.
Yeah, and talking about the boys, Ryan does have a special report airing tonight that you definitely don't want to miss. He dives into navigating social media in today's day and age and explains how some people find joy in hate online.
So Ryan left us a little video of a sneak peek into his special report. Check it out.
Hey guys, yeah, appreciate you filling in. So coming up tonight at 10 with our team here at Northern News Now, I got a really cool opportunity to talk with a local therapist. His name's Mike Claybaugh. He works over at Insight Counseling Duluth. I think I'm someone lately who has tried to better understand how our minds work as humans and why we do the things we do. And so in our line of work, we're always on social media. We're always on Facebook. We're always on Instagram throughout the day, trying to see what's going on, posts from community members, messages, all those things. And so when you're on Facebook or Instagram, especially X nowadays, seeing a lot of comments in the comments section or even, descriptions on people's posts that might make you want to stand up a little and go, well, I got to respond to that. I have to interact with that. I have to share my thoughts and feelings towards this. And a lot of the times, even myself, I go, why am I feeling not necessarily hate, but maybe like I need to prove myself. I need to insert myself into this situation. And so that's what I got to speak with Mike about. I got to speak about why we find joy in being so quick to hate, being so quick to respond to all these little things that end up kind of just getting in the way of our day. So it was a very wonderful conversation that we had. I learned a lot in the process, especially a new term that helps better describe why we find joy in other people's pain. So I'm really excited to share that coming up tonight at 10 on Northern News Now. If you miss it, should be on our website later tonight too, at northernnewsnow.com. Appreciate you guys.
Ryan's asking a lot of great questions there, and a topic I think that we can all relate to. So it's definitely something you don't want to miss. And like you said, if you do miss it, we'll have it online, and we'll also have it tomorrow morning on the morning show.
Yeah, something I definitely will tune into, but let's get to a few other stories here that are also impacting tons of people. And you know that app and website people sometimes call Al? Well, it's making some people excited and others pretty scared.
Yeah, so not Al, AI. And AI-themed job postings are increased by over 100% over the last year. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield looks at which fields may experience the most change and why there's plenty of good news too.
Power can be used with our outputs connected here.
It's a project coming to fruition in Lima and St. Paul.
It's just about ready to ship out.
The solar-powered battery station can be used as a power source in the desert. It's a project and a job that's been a long time coming.
I think I was probably about 7 years old when I built a treehouse by myself.
That's an engineer's mind. Lucas Shriver got that engineer title in June from the University of St. Thomas. As a full-time employee, he is one of the lucky ones.
That the job market right now is quite difficult.
His professor agrees.
So if you're a recent college graduate and you're looking for a job,
You're up a creek.
you're up a creek.
Professor Abraham points to headlines like this. Federal data suggests 3 fields that will feel potential cuts because of AI: insurance adjusting, credit analysis, and paralegal work, and suggests growth could come in software, personal finance, and engineering. So for job seekers of any age or field, Professor Abraham says, learn how to use AI.
So this is a tool that increases effectiveness so much. You just have to know it if you're going to compete.
And Lucas has a job to prove it.
We have no real idea where this is going. But as for today, I'm going to continue to use AI.
So Professor Abraham says jobs with empathy, like counseling and healthcare, may be safer from AI, and he also says that the trades will likely still be in high demand.
Yeah, now something that's new and in demand in the Northland is over in Lincoln Park.
And it's cannabis. So Legacy Cannabis is riding on a high note as doors open after back in August when the Office of Cannabis Management granted 9 licenses to micro businesses across the state.
So one of those 9 was Legacy Cannabis in Duluth, which was no small feat. Legacy Cannabis says they are a small Minnesota business and aim to help remove what they call the stigma around cannabis by fostering a welcoming environment rooted in education, respect, and community.
Feels great. I didn't think I was going to be second, but that's a good place to be. It is a positive step forward for the community. People need to be able to have safe access to pot, and they need to know what they're buying.
Legacy says they are the first non-tribal dispensary in the state, and they say this allows them to sell cannabis in the form of flowers, pre-rolls, and vapes, a drug that used to result in jail time for those in possession, now legally stored or sold out of a store in Duluth.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But if you're looking to travel beyond the Northland, Medicine and I have some top airports that you can catch a flight to pretty quickly here.
Yeah, so the J.D. Morgan released the 2025 rankings of North America's best airports. And on the top are John Wayne Airport in Orange County, both LA staples. They were followed by Tampa International, then Dallas Love Field. But get this, drum roll please, our very own Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport ranked highest among mega airports, and Indianapolis International Airport ranked highest among medium airports.
And of course, I can't go without saying that Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport ranks 3rd in the nation for the highest passenger satisfaction among mega airports. And of course, that's where I'm from, so it has to be close.
And I'm sure Philadelphia made that list in no way, shape, or form, but that's A-okay, because I love it all the same. But we'll definitely have to plan a trip soon, Sydney. So if you want to stay with us after the break, we'll tell you about a train ride here in the Northland.
Now welcome back. As fall becomes full swing here in the Northland, we have so many different ways to enjoy the seasons here.
And there's one that is definitely unique to our region, a train ride from Duluth up to the North Shore to Two Harbors to the beautiful fall colors. We caught up with Ken Bueller, a very known man here right in the region.
Yeah, he sure is. But if you don't know him well, he works with the Lake Superior Railroad Museum and the North Shore Scenic Railroad. And he told us what you can expect on the unreal ride on the rails. Ken Bueller joins us this afternoon on Northern Live. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, and so we are here to talk about an incredible way to see the fall colors in our region.
Anytime you can see a train is a good day. Any day you can ride a train is a great day.
Love it.
And our train rides take you right through the heart of the majestic North Woods, and they're just going to be bursting with color over the next couple of weeks. We call our fall color runs to Two Harbors, and they are very popular this time of year, and we leave Wednesdays and Thursdays. So we had our first one yesterday, and now again today we're full, but we have plenty of tickets available, and we have shorter rides as well.
So can you break it down for us? Just give us an overlook of if I'm riding this train, what can I expect?
You leave from the downtown Duluth Depot, home of the Lake Superior Railroad Museum and the St. Louis County Depot, and you get on the train there. If you're taking the full Two Harbors train, you leave at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you're taking the shorter 2.5-hour trip to Knife River, that leaves at 1:30 in the afternoon, and you go through downtown Duluth, along the shore of Lake Superior, out into the majestic North Woods. And that's where you get the full experience of the fall colors. And then you go all the way up the North Shore to Two Harbors, another great railroad town, has its own special depot in the downtown area in Two Harbors. And there's a 2.5-hour layover there that you can enjoy all the wonderful things that Two Harbors has to offer. Restaurants, taverns, there's the brewery, and of course they also have a great train museum right there at the depot in downtown Two Harbors. After that 2.5 hours, you get back on the train, come back to Duluth, and you're here about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The shorter trip is a 1:30. It's called the Northwoods Explorer. Northwoods, as in Northwoods Fall Colors Explorer. And that leaves at 1:30 in the afternoon. And it's the same wonderful experience. It's our great crew. It's our great staff. It's a lot of fun. Fully narrated. And there's plenty to eat and drink while you're on the train. And we also experience the first class under the glass in our exclusive dome cars. And we have 2 of them on the train.
Ooh, and you mentioned food and drink. What can people expect in that realm?
Well, we have a charcuterie if you're in the first class under the dome. We have 2 dome cars. We have more dome cars on the North Shore Scenic Railroad than any other Midwest tourist train. We have 3 in our collection, and they're very, very popular. You're up under the glass, and you get this panoramic view of all that's along the train tracks and out in front and behind and around you. It's a 360-degree look at the scenery. And that has the charcuteries, complimentary beverages, and also beverages and snacks are available for sale on the train.
Wow. And you said that NOAA in
Yes.
particular says that our area is the place to be if you want to see some fall colors.
They just came out with this yesterday. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration came out with their fall color prediction. And they said because of the drought on the East Coast that the colors in New England were going to be sparse and very short-lived and kind of dull. And then unfortunately because of the fires on the West Coast, it's been dry out there as well in Northern California, Washington, Oregon, that those colors are going to be diminished. And they specifically said, this is according to NOAA, that the best fall colors this year were going to be right here in the Midwest. And they specifically mentioned Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So we are in the hot spot for fall colors.
You can't miss it.
Well,
So
how
what?
lucky are we?
Yeah, I know. So lucky that we get to be surrounded by it all the time. So what makes this so much different? Why is this the one to come to out of all of them of the year?
Well, I think because there are fall colors and fall colors and fall colors. But the fall colors outside your train window and that window seat, you don't have to drive and then look around and be distracted. No, you just sit back, relax. We'll take care of everything for you on the train. And all you do is sit and look out the window and imagine just how beautiful that'll be.
Yeah, sounds like an incredibly tranquil experience, Ken.
Very relaxing. Hey, that's a good, that is it.
She's got it.
She's got it.
I got it down.
That is it. You've got it. It's very tranquil. It's very relaxing. Great family oriented if you got little kids, because a lot of them fall asleep in the afternoon.
There you go.
And if you have little kids, you know how nice that is.
Can I thank you so much for joining us? I just have one final question
Yes.
for you. Can you call us on board?
All aboard!
Yes, perfect. Well, thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Ken.
much.
It was so great having you on Northern Life.
Thank you.
Thank you. He is an absolute gem to talk to and a pleasure to have as a guest here. But if you do miss today's train, on Saturday there is a railroad flea market happening at the museum located at the depot in Duluth.
Yeah, and the market will actually have any and all model railroad related items for sale. It is free and runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and helps out the depot. Now, Ken is so kind. He also brought us these little chocolates, and me and Madison were saying how delicious they are. We're both fans of the milk chocolate one, so that's the red one. You know, it's the best one, obviously. It's going to be
So happy to have
all eaten and consumed by us today.
But like the bringing a present to us, I was not expecting that. Just
I
made the
know.
morning so much better, you know?
I know, because fun fact, he did used to work here about
Did.
20 years ago. So it's fun to see, you know, how the circle always makes its way back here in Duluth. And then after the break, we're actually going to talk a little bit about the two of us, right, Madison?
Yeah. I mean, we just want to introduce ourselves fully or a little more to you. So we'll talk about what's new on the morning show, and you won't want to miss it.
So we just talked about some fall colors, and that made me think of our time here, and I kind of wanted to reflect on that. So I've been here in the beautiful Northland for a year and 3 months so far, but Madison, you have a little more time under your belt here than me.
Yes, I've been here now for 2 years and 2 months, and I mean, I don't know about you, but it's crazy that amount of time. I think that I've been here. I can't grasp that. So I've moved from a dayside reporter, though, to a morning anchor with Sydney on Northern News Now today. So quite the switch.
Yeah, quite the switch. So that really makes me want to ask you, what is it like changing positions? I mean, that's a shift change, a lifestyle change. I know we've talked about this personally with being friends, but this is obviously something that impacts you personally too.
Yeah, so I like to joke that I have quite literally worked every single day, every single hour, every single shift here in this building. But I think going from a dayside to even like my role as a dayside reporter, night shifts were included in that, right? Even when I did sports reporting or whatever. So I think the hardest adjustment so far has really been the early morning wake up. And I am more of a morning person, but when that 2 a.m. alarm goes off, that is a different beast.
I know, it is totally different. It's something you just kind of have to get used to, kind of. That's like all my internships that I had prior to doing this job. I always did the morning shift because I knew this is something I wanted to do. And obviously, you coming and being on the morning show now makes my job easier, my life easier, getting to work with my best friend every morning. So obviously, I'm incredibly blessed for that opportunity.
Same.
And talking about changes to the morning show, Madison, we also have Brendan. Maybe we'll talk with him later this week too here on Northern Life. But we've kind of weaved in a new segment on the morning show.
Yes, we have, and it's a lot of fun. It was kind of a collaboration and bringing in some behind the scenes to the front of the camera. And so if you do tune into the morning show on Mondays, you'll get a full box office recap in our segment Movie Mondays with Matt. So Matt is our director of the morning shows, Matt Rasmussen. He's also a local filmmaker, and he joins us on desk there to dive into the top 5 movies of the weekend. And if you can't tell, we have a lot of fun with it.
Oh yes, it's obviously so much fun. We've done all different sorts of movie. He also talks about his flick of the week is what he's calling it now. So he typically dresses up for it, just like you see there. He dresses up for his flick of the week. He brings his toys along with him. He definitely is quite the character to work with here at Northern News Now, and he makes the mornings brighter. I mean, having him in your ear all morning keeps you on your toes. So getting to bring him outside and in front of the camera too is a whole other thing that he's not, unfamiliar with from being a filmmaker. Too.
Right, yeah, and he's very comfortable, and it's a good thing we all have like very close relationships. You saw that one clip of me actually kind of like bracing myself before he appeared, even knowing he was going to, but he actually grabbed my leg or my calf under the desk because I'm the easiest person to scare in the world, and I knew it was coming and I still jumped.
Yeah, she was so scared of that mask that he was wearing because he was dressed up as the scary doll. Annabelle, yes. And that was his flick of the week, was Conjuring about a week or so ago. So he thought that was hilarious, and I was trying to get Madison to keep peeking over to the mask, and let's just say her eyes were pretty much closed like that whole segment that day. But her and Brendan, enjoyed that one. I'm not too frightened, not as frightened. But I think the flick of the week coming up this week is something very fun, very enticing, and I guess you'll just have to tune in on Monday to find out. So we'll have more fun segments on the morning show coming soon, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Sydney and I have had a lot of fun here with you this afternoon, but we wanted to take a quick minute before we go to remind you when you can catch a glimpse of Ryan and his latest story.
Yeah, so since he isn't here and he's up in the Boundary Waters, you have to make sure to tune in tonight at 10 p.m. for Ryan F's special report called Joyful Hate, where he analyzes our favorite social media apps that bring us endless fun and enjoyment, while the comment section can also be such a hateful place at the same exact time. It's something I am very interested in seeing, and I've also never seen a pack done by Ryan before.
No, I have not either, and I'm really excited. I mean, obviously Ryan left a little bit, came back because he's just so good at what he does, and he's entertaining for all of us. And I'm also just very invested in this topic. You know, we grew up with social media, and we've seen all sides that it can bring out of people. So it's really going to be an interesting conversation, interesting story.
Yeah, an interesting conversation. Definitely have to tune in tonight at 10. Again, if you guys miss it, it will also be on our website. And if you want to wake up bright and early tomorrow morning, we'll have it towards the end of our morning shows at the 5 o'clock hour and the 6 o'clock hour. You got to make sure you see Ryan's half special report. It's definitely something we're going to make sure to watch.
Yes, so thank you so much for having us, and we'll be back with you tomorrow. It was so fun.
It actually was that bad.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.